up in the morning, check my phone, see I was golden. Say I'm going viral, thinking God I'm feeling chosen. You already know it. For some time I lost my focus. You already know it. You already know it. When I had no money, they ain't love me. It was it.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hell yeah, boy. We try to get back at this vlog and trying to keep these videos coming, man. So y'all stay tuned for every video that I drop. We're about to head out to Milton shop again. There's actually some stuff that man I need to talk about that he actually want to do for me, and I've been really thinking about it lately, and I think I should just go ahead and give him the chance and just see how it goes. But we just got some things that we need to handle before I even make this decision, you know what I'm saying? So let's you know, gas up and go head out to it. Let's go. So we back here at the famous Milton shop. Yeah, that's what we gonna call it, Milton shop. I seen when I pulled up they had a McLaren up over there. Might gonna have to go peep that out. So I walk in, this man already working on his sound. Y'all finally figure out the limb?
Oh yeah, well, this is another motor, man. That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This was the one that was sitting there, or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get him in, get him out.
Yes, sir. That is true.
The right way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What you say about that rocker?
Oh, it's like once you see a rocker starts moving, you know that the opposite one may be. If you see your intake valve moving, then you know that your exhaust valve is going to be on base circle. So once it's on base circle, like this one right here is moving, this one is on base circle, so this one can actually be torqued down, which I just did. You can't hear that click, that affirmative click, you know. So now this one right here is starting to move. So with this one's moving, that means, and with this one being as high, on the LS motor, you have the carriers that hold your lifters in place, and it'll hold it up there if there's no pressure on it. So if I push down on it, it pushes the lifter down onto the base circle. And because this one is already moving, that means I can tighten this one up, or go ahead and torque it down. Matter of fact, let's make it quick.
Yeah, man, like I was saying, I came out here because, you know, you pulled that kit out. Remember I called you the other night, and I was asking you about what's the difference. If it's 30 and over, they always say it's thin already. So if we try to stroke it out to a 331, is it too thin, or do we need to find another block? Or do you got one?
Now we'll wet your ass. I'll tip. I'm going to get a mic or whatever, and I'm going to show you the difference, you know, and how the shit that people be saying, you know, oh, you know, this is too thin, or da 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 da, there's not enough material, you know. I'm going to show you how much, or how thick a 30 thousandths of an inch is.
All right.
And this is 30 thousandths of an inch thickness. All right. Actually, I'll go ahead and use the caliper right here, you know, to show the number there, upside down and shit. Hold on, let me flip around. There you go. 30 thousandths of an inch. Boom. All right. You see it there? Clear? Is it picking up on the camera?
All right.
All right. Now, this thickness, when you have something that's 30 over, you know, this is actually considered to be your radius, and then so when you're actually doing, you know, a 30 thousandths over piston or whatever else, you actually have to cut that number in half, because you have one side of the piston, the other side of the piston, or the cylinder. So with that being said, watch, I probably didn't grab the wrong fucking set too. Looking for a 15. Put through there. There we go. Here we go. This is 15 thousandths. Nope, that's 6 thousandths. Shit. I looked at the number all backwards. Like,
camera can't really pick it up anyways. If I had my cell phone, it'd pick it up good.
Here we go, 15. This is 15 thousandths right here. Okay. So a piston that's 30 over. If you were to cut, this is the amount that needs to be removed from the side. Is that coming in?
Yeah, that's coming in.
Okay. This is the amount that needs to be removed from both sides of the cylinder or from all the way around the cylinder.
Okay.
So do you really think that, you know, going 30 thousandths over is going to hurt your cylinder that much? Now, the first one that I showed you was 30 thousandths. Now that thickness going all the way around, do you really think that would, you know, create a headache or a problem, you know, within your cylinder, or, you know, with the metal itself, the metallurgy? It's not going to hurt anything. So if you're going 20 over, 30 over, 40 over, it's not that big of a difference. And, you know, the numbers are exaggerated, I guess you could say, just because that's just what they are. But the thickness of it, you know, is not that much. It's very, very minimal. And it's not.
Man, what you trying to show me, man?
Well, pretty much I'm trying to show why, you know, why my tolerances and shit, and my shit lasts a little bit longer than everyone else's. Mainly because I get my tolerances. I do all the miking and stuff like that on each of the journals or whatnot, you know. So with this caliper here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, mic this, and then I'm going to match it up, you know, onto my dial bore gauge. And then once that's done, whatever, I'm gonna lock that down in place. All right. And we have 2.099 on here. The measurement that I actually got off the crankshaft, as I mentioned before, was going to be, you want to get the glass in here too, the spot glass. All right. The measurement that I got was, excuse me, 2.099 inches. So I'm going to set this up to that size, and we're there with my dial bore gauge. I'm going to go ahead and crack this open, loosen it up, and you can watch the window right here if you want. I'm going to set this in there. Alright, and we're going to double check my measurement right here, and we're there. And now I'm going to adjust this out to it until it stops moving, or adjust it in until it stops moving. And once it stops moving, I will be in the vicinity of where I need to be, and then I'm just going to give it a little bit extra turn, you know, to zero it out. And pretty much what that's going to do is going to give me the tolerance or the perspective measurement that's necessary, that needs to go inside of the connecting rod itself. Okay, I think we stopped moving here. Yep, we stopped moving, so I'm going to bring it back here to zero. Bringing it back to zero. Are we there on zero yet? Close?
Right there.
Right there, all right.
Now go back up some.
Bring it back a little bit.
Oh, I go back. Go back. Right there.
All right, so my hand is not actually touching the gauge right now. It's just here to support it, because this thing is not damn cheap. So, you know, you got to protect that.
So with that gauge, so you said it help you with your clamps for your input pistons you running or something?
For my bearings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is for
so
bearings.
For bearing.
For
bearings clamps. Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to come on with me. I'm going to set this up in the vise. Up, bring it back. There we go. All right, let's set up in the vise right here, and I'm going to bring my my caliper, because as I mentioned, you know, this was directly from the crank or whatnot, and I'm going to sit and measure. You can show it on the gauge or whatnot. We're a little bit off of there, a little bit. Okay, where are we at? There we go. You see, I'm not centered on here. And that's another, you know, this is where you have to check and double check, you know that saying, check, you know, was it check once, check, or check twice, measure once, or whatever the fuck they call it. Or Anyhow, whatever that saying is. You know, want to go ahead and check. Alright, so let's go ahead and move this up a little bit, because we are a little bit off. Probably when I actually tighten down the lock nut. But as I've shown, you know, we were in that vicinity. Alright, now we are a little bit more here. I want to get this to 0, because this is where, there we go. Yep, we are there at 0. Itself has a standard bearing in there, standard 350 bearing. So I'm going to set this on here, and we're going to go on the gauge. Go on the gauge. All right, you see that tolerance there? I like to have 2,000 tolerance, and we are right around 3.5. So with that being said, you know, the bearing that's going to be necessary to get the proper clearances and things that I want, you know, I'm going to have to get a +1 bearing in here. So I have to order a thicker bearing or an oversized bearing or whatnot, you know, to make this, you know, with have the proper fit.
All right, so this is what I really came for. He pulled this kit out last time when I was here, and I was thinking about it, and that's what I was talking about. As y'all know, my block is not new anymore, but it was, you know what I'm saying, with the big, ooh, okay, he got the big John pistons. I know these gonna be way bigger than what's in my car, but yeah. And I seen this, and I was thinking about it, so that's when I hit him up, and I was like, what's the difference going to a 331? And they already say that the cylinder walls from being a 30 over is kind of thin already. So I was talking to him about it, and he said he wanted to do some work for me, and that's what I've been thinking about, because I'm already about to be doing other stuff, and he wanted to do some work for me to put his work out there. And shit, he got a kit right here. You know, so 2 different pistons. He got some stuff here, and that's what we've been talking about, and that's what I came down here to show y'all for. You know,
some brand new cylinder heads right here as well.
We got some aluminum heads.
Yeah, and
AFRs. What is these?
Nah, these are actually throwback, dude. Pro top lines. Oh. Yeah, these are pro top lines, and a lot of folks get them mistaken for the what do you call it? Those pro forms or whatever. But yeah, but these are like the original race heads. You'll find these heads on circle track cars, so on, so on. As you see, the size of the valve, the dual runners. Yeah, brand new heads. I'll say these fuckers are probably about 10-15 years old, never been installed, but I've had them all over the place, and I need to actually, you know, clean them up or whatever. And before, as I showed you on those valves on the last time you were here, you know, I'm gonna pull all the valves out, cut the valves, make sure, and marry them to these seats and everything, you know, and make them a performer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is the kit, and man, I'm gonna keep talking, and we'll see. But this is one of the updates I want to say for the Mustang that I want to, you know, has been on the table as an offer of showing everything and still doing more work together. So we gonna see, y'all. Well, speaking up on Yellow B, here she is. Seemed like the wind and blew off my tarp. But yeah, man, I do want to get back on this car. Like I say, hopefully once I get back from Mississippi, you know, I can get back on her, get things going for her, getting this thing back on, putting her in the paint shop. I might keep the same color when I put her in the paint shop, who knows. But look like yeah, so I meant to say too, once I even got off the camera and when I showed y'all the pistons and stuff, we talked, so it looked like it's gonna be a bigger motor coming for this car too. And shit, we're not gonna use my block because, like I told him, you know, it's been fine. So basically it can be a backup. I believe he probably got another block or so, but we still gonna be working all that stuff out too. But yeah, yeah, so I'm excited for some little change things to do with this car, man. And we gonna get it done. Yellow B will be back on the road. Y'all stay tuned. Keep that in the back. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bring the wheel back. So I'm gonna do all of them like that. It look way better like that. Stay tuned for that video.
Go, 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 go. Tell me no, 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 no. Is that really you, girl? Did you shop your photos?
For some reason, this fool be acting like he don't know how to vlog.
I'm going fast, 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 fast. I'ma do the things that so that's my bad. I've been taking